Ready, 3, 2, 1, start. Controversial poll reforms, arguably the most controversial package of electoral reform proposals in the history of Pakistan, is halfway through the parliamentary cycle to become a law. Full stop. The Elections Amendment Bill 2020, comprising 49 amendments to Elections Act 2017, was introduced in the National Assembly on October 16, 2020. Full stop. The bill sailed through the Standing Committee on Parliamentary Affairs on June 8, 2021, when only 8 out of the total 21 members were present. Full stop. The bill came up before the National Assembly on June 10 and was passed the same day without any debate. Full stop. This was the day when the National Assembly passed 20 other bills while the opposition had walked out after unsuccessful trying to seek a debate. Full stop. New paragraph. Another bill, the Elections Second Amendment Bill, which was originally promulgated as an ordinance on May 8, 2021, and covered two very important electoral reforms: the introduction of electronic voting machines and enabling overseas Pakistanis to cast their vote from their countries of residence, was also passed the same day, again without any debate. Full stop. New paragraph. A dangerous bargain. In a couple of television appearances, Finance Minister Shaukat Tareen quietly dropped a bombshell of an announcement and hurriedly moved. Full stop. He said the IMF has postponed the ongoing sixth review of the facility Pakistan just restarted in April and decided to let the government first demonstrate the viability of its budgetary projections and assumptions before returning to the review in 2 or 3 months. Full stop. New paragraph. Here is why this is a bombshell. Full stop. The budget he has just announced has a deficit of almost rupees 4 trillion and more than a quarter rupees 1.056 trillion of the net financing for this is supposed to come from floating international bonds and the IMF. Full stop. Without satisfying the IMF and successfully concluding the sixth review, it is highly unlikely that they will be able to realize these funds as well as the many others that are subject to successful implementation of the fund program, such as disbursements from the World Bank and the Asian Development Bank. Full stop. And without these funds, the budget, with all its tax cuts, subsidies, and elevated development spending, could well be in jeopardy. Full stop. Without IMF support, they cannot pull off what they are trying to do in this budget, which is to use government resources to push economic growth. Full stop.